So when you guys are clicking on this video, I should be live. I'm going to be doing another full bringer progression live because I do have book at the end in Ginjo, and I obviously have to start a new account, so I'll be doing that if you guys want to tap in. We'll be talking about the almighty requirements. We'll be talking about the game, the devs, basically just everything like that. We should be doing an interview with one of the old Type Soul developers as well because he has a lot of stuff that he wants to talk about that was like actually kind of crazy. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into this video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboabtw. Now, this is not going to be all the requirements for Almighty, but I do want to tell you guys some confirmed tasks that Almighty does have, because already, I think, 2 have been leaked, and Christy said that he'll continue giving more and more hints throughout the weeks. But yeah, inside of this video, I'll basically be giving you guys everything that you need to know. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so the very first requirement is low-key a little insane. The first requirement that I want to talk about is literally one of the most insane requirements we have ever seen in any video game history. I'm not going to lie. So, if you look in the top left, obviously mine is blocked, but like around here, right? If you look around here and you see your actual Roblox username, whatever letter it starts with, right? So if your username starts with a D, right? Then you will have to obtain the true mode of whatever strift or volt standing starts with that letter. So if your name starts with a D, you would have to get death dealing true and press give and give it to the NPC. I don't know if it takes away your volt, but you know, it counts as credit. And that is one of the requirements, which is literally insane, right? Actually insane. The fact that you have to obtain true mode on one of the things of the day. And if your first letter does not have a thing inside the game, then it just goes to your second letter. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how it works. But guaranteed, you have to get one true for the first letter of your actual username. So, for example, mine would be Balboa. Like, let's say that's my username. Then I would have to get whatever starts with a B. As a shrift, which is low-key a little insane, but that is the first requirement. The next requirement is you have to roll every single volt standing in alphabetical order and complete a task that is given for each volt. And then once when you're done with that task, you press select, you select give on the NPC. I don't know where this NPC is, by the way, but there's an NPC to do all this at. So you will have to go from A to B to C to D to E, the whole alphabet. Now, Christy did say that you can apparently skip some, and you might not have to do it necessarily in alphabetical order, where you have to go A, B, C, D, E, like in order, and you can just, you know, you can get E, you can do the task for E, and then you can give it, and then you can get A, and then you can do, you know, like, that's what Christy was saying. But if it is alphabetical order, then that is literally insane. Because do you know how much rerolls that would eat up? Like, that would actually eat up probably like 2,500 different rerolls. Just like right there, just that alone is literally 2,500 rerolls to get everything in alphabetical order. So I don't think it's actually alphabetical order, but Christy did say that it is, and basically so did everybody else. So just assume that it's alphabetical order. And that's all the things that we know so far. We know that you have to get one true mode, and you have to get every other volt standing inside the game, pretty much. Like, guaranteed, that's what you have to do. And that is only 2 of the requirements to get Almighty. 2. They said, well, they didn't give us an exact amount of requirements, but they're making it seem like there's even more requirements than just that, which is literally insane to me. Like, Almighty has to be the greatest thing to ever touch Earth for it to be that hard to obtain. And then the other thing is Ancient Vasto, which I'll probably end up recording a whole separate video on. But Ancient Vasto seems kind of just as hard. I'm not gonna lie. Not just as hard, it definitely is easier. But Ancient Vasto seems pretty damn hard as well. So I'll be making a video on Ancient Vasto. But, oh man. Man. Almighty literally sounds impossible to do. Like, if you have Almighty, you hopefully are that broken to the point where it was actually worth it. Because if it's like mid or garbage or anything that isn't like if it doesn't meet the expectations of the requirements that you did for it, there's going to be so many people complain. I can't even say so many people. So many people is crazy because nobody's getting Almighty. Like, the requirements are literally impossible at the current, like, nobody's doing that. Respectfully, I think Christy made it a little bit too hard, because I don't think that Singular Soul is actually doing that. Like, that is actually crazy for the requirements of Almighty to get every single Volt standing in alphabetical order. And then you also have to get true on one Volt standing for the first letter of your username. Like, that's, like, imagine your username starts with a W or something, and you have to get wind, and you hate wind, but you have to keep using wind just because your username starts with a W. And the other thing that I'm wondering is, what if you start a quest, right? And then you spend 1,000 Robux to change your username so the first letter of your name is now changed. What happens then? What happens then? I'm genuinely, like, curious of what happens. But yeah, the requirements are literally insane. I don't think anybody is going to really ever obtain Almighty. I'm not gonna lie. If somebody does, hey, if somebody does, bro, congrats to you. Like, dead ass congrats to you that you went to all those lengths just to get Almighty. Like, the game might be dead before we see the first Almighty. And that's not even crazy to say. Like, Almighty genuinely seems like it's going to take 3 weeks to obtain. That might be where the 6 months of content was, is just 6 months of obtaining Almighty. Because that actually sounds ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. Honestly, in my own opinion, I know True Bankai and all that, like, is kind of crazy. You know, sitting there for 25 hours is insane, don't get me wrong. I actually kind of wish that it was harder to obtain. There's already 10,000 people with True Bankai. That means already 10% of this game's average player base has True Bankai already. That should not be a thing. So essentially, 1 in every 10 people that are currently on this game that you are going to run into have their True mode already. Do we not realize how insane that is? That should not be possible. There should be no reason why the 4th or 5th day of re-release, there's already 10,000 people that have True mode. That might literally kill the game. Because you're telling me that it's that easy to obtain, and that's all anyone cared about inside this whole update? Hey, look, it's my twin, because, you know, we're both exiled from Soul Society. My twin. But anyways, yeah, that's literally insane. But the Almighty requirements are even more insane. The Almighty is literally going to take probably 2, 3, 4 weeks for anyone to obtain. So if you guys end up enjoying the video, like, subscribe, do all that. I know I've been posting quite a bit of videos, and I really, like, I want you guys to believe me when I say this. I really want to record a ranked video so badly for you guys. But you guys can see, I have no items because they banned my other account. And this current build that I'm on, chat, Boat to the End and Ginjo. I need to prod this build, and I need... You know what? Actually, after this video drops, I'm going live and we're doing a prod. Like, deadass, after this video drops, I'm going live and we're doing a prod together, because this is actually insane.